Aloha, shalom. Let's see who's going to tune in for this full moon activation reading. I thought I was ready to go to bed about 2 hours ago. In my pajamas, relaxing, kids in bed early, ready for school. But no. The universe, the moon, whatever, the light has other plans for me tonight. So it'll be interesting to see who tunes in to this spontaneously timed reading. I know it's always kind of spontaneous with my flow, and I don't ever really pick a time, so you know how it goes. But this was very, very last minute. I just felt the call, and I was like, time is now. Aloha. So, as I'm shuffling, go ahead and see what thoughts have been on your mind all day, what feelings you've been carrying, just those things that you've been repeating over and over, those patterns in your mind, in your feelings even. Just pause, take a deep breath, let it all go. Just empty yourself just for this moment. For me, if you can't do it for you, if you haven't been able to do it for you today, then for this moment, for me, do it, please. Do it so that we can open up a channel together, everyone who's tuning in right now, so that we can open up the biggest space, the biggest channel for the best information to come through. If we don't create that space, there's no space for that truth to enter. So just for this moment, put it down, set it all down. And then when you're ready, go ahead and tune into the deck. Okay, so connect with it however you desire. You can see, it's all about imagination. That's the key. So you can see yourself connecting to the deck via a light from your third eye to the deck, or your unified eye, whatever you want to call it. Maybe from your heart, there's an aura that expands outward to the aura of the deck, whatever you want to do. The point is, feel it. Connect with the deck however you feel it to be true. So, it's the full moon. This means we're coming to the end of a cycle. The whole picture has been revealed to us now, and we are ready to take it all in, to see everything for what it has been, in its fullness, in its fullest light. Light fully shining on the entire picture. Now we can see full circle. And from tonight until next week, when we have the final quarter, we'll be integrating everything that we learned. We'll be taking this bigger picture and letting it really sink in, resting on everything that we received tonight. So how can we call upon our allies, these archetypes, thank you in advance, to clearly paint a picture, a map, an activation map, about what's going on right now? What has been fully revealed under the light of tonight, this moment here now? What have we been working so hard for this month? What has the theme been? And what part of it are we going to leave behind as we move ahead? What is the current challenge that we've been experiencing that we're now moving out of, actually? And what are we moving into as we integrate all this information? Who's the ally? Interesting, so the challenge is not like of the time. It's not the challenge of this moment. It's what the challenge has been and what we're stepping out of now. So that's a little different. It's in a different position than usual. Okay, I'm just going to start with the first one and not pull the others. I've pulled 4 so far. And the first one is, what has the theme of this cycle been, and what are we ready to leave behind? It's the 10 of Pentacles. So it's the ending and beginning in the suit of Pentacles. And this is full abundance and prosperity for self and those we love, everyone around us, family, friends, everyone prosperous and joyful, fully manifesting their birthright of abundance into this material reality. And that comes from hard work on the inner plane of really determining what that image even is, what that is to look like on the inside. That's hard work because we have to go through lessons and experiences that shape our ideas around what our values should be. And then from there, we fashion the image of what that prosperity is to us. So it's not as simple as we just invoke that image and say, this is what prosperity looks like to me. That's going to look different to everyone in each moment. And we're constantly shifting. And so that image shifts with us. But that image is only a byproduct of those experiences that we go through, which tell us what we should value, which define prosperity for us. And so we come to the manifestation of that vision only to begin again. And so what I feel this is showing about us stepping out of this, okay, we've now come to the completion of this and we're ready to let it go. In this particular instance, I see that it's about our attachment to the idea of what we thought prosperity was, what we thought we really wanted on this material plane. I think that right now is a time where collectively, and of course individually, we are again having to reevaluate what we thought was so important to us. It's like as we're going through this great shift, our priorities are becoming very obvious. And it's almost like when you're cleaning out your closet and you're like, oh, I have so much shit I need to get rid of. So you get rid of some things. And you're like, damn, I still have so much stuff. And then, the next season you get rid of more stuff. And the next season you get rid of more. And it's like a never-ending purging. And that's kind of what this has been. So it's like, here we go again. Time to, again, reevaluate what that is to us. What is this idea of perfect prosperity on the material plane? And it's not so much this time about quickly jumping to a new vision of what that should be. No, it's about taking a breath and seeing how we've worked so hard on maintaining that vision of what prosperity is, or what abundance looks like manifested into the reality around us. We've been so focused on it that it doesn't matter now anymore. We've done so much work with it that doesn't matter. We can't try to grasp onto that concept or game anymore of like, oh, maybe I should tweak my vision a little and maybe then it will manifest. Or maybe if I realign it in this way, or I reconsider this thing. And no, it's not about trying so hard. It's about trying less, actually. Taking a step back and realizing that it doesn't matter if we've achieved or haven't achieved what we thought we wanted as far as that vision of abundance that we've been trying so hard, working so hard at. What matters really is that we take a step back even farther from that and see where we've been putting our energies, where we've been focusing so hard on. Why have we been trying so hard to even get those material things or to manifest that prosperity? Because those deeper questions are the ones that then help us come to a natural idea of what it is we really want on this material plane. So it's about taking a step back. We're now taking a step back from trying so hard to do this or that, or get this or that, or manifest this or that. We're taking a step back and we're asking ourselves, why have I wanted that? Why have I wanted to manifest that? Why did I think that this was the vision of it all for me? Why was I so fixed on this idea that I was giving it so much of my energy, that I was creating expectations around it that of course I was bound to let myself down with? It's all self-inflicted pain that comes with that. So it's like I'm putting that down. Like I'm putting down the pressure that I put on myself to manifest this sort of reality that I thought was going to be my dream reality. Like, holy shit, I see that if I don't stop stressing about it, not only am I never going to have that, I'm not going to have anything that I want, because I'll just be sitting in this vibration, in this frequency of stress. So it's like, okay, time to stop trying so hard. We can put down the vision of what we thought we needed to strive for and just ask ourselves, why was I doing that? Let's kind of sit with it and say, okay, if I still choose to move toward those goals that I was striving toward, then all right. But I'm going to do so with a little more grace now. I'm going to do so with my fullest awareness and with my fullest willingness, because I'm re-choosing. I'm choosing again from a more centered me, from a more balanced me. And so I'm going to do more, but with less work. I'm going to work smarter, not harder. I'm going to use less energy to do more now as I reset those goals, as I reinforce those goals in a new way. Or I'm going to let go of certain parts of this vision that I thought was what I wanted so badly. Okay, so that's just the first card. That's the past. That's what we're finally getting ready, just beginning to put down the stress of striving toward this perfect vision of prosperity. Okay, let's put that down for a minute, okay? The challenge up until now has been 8 of Swords. And this is all about feeling very trapped in our reality. But the root is in the mind like everything else. It's about trapping ourselves, behaving as though our reality has trapped us when really we're only keeping ourselves trapped. So, kind of like what I was saying, what comes along with this one and us holding on so fiercely to these ideas or visions of prosperity, like, I must get this, I must do this, this is what I need, this is what, and then we become so attached to this idea that we trap ourselves in this reality. It's like these walls become the manifestations of the expectations of what we wanted for ourselves. And then we set ourselves up in such a way where we feel limited, we feel trapped, but we did that to ourselves. And it's great because we can wake up from that nightmare. Because we're sovereign beings, because we have all the power that we need within us. And so that's great because this is all impermanent anyway. It's all just, dust in the wind. So when we come to that awareness that, oh shit, I've been trapping myself in this reality. I'm the one that put all this weight on me. I feel trapped because of the choices that I've been making, because I've been holding myself up to unrealistic standards. Crazy. When we have that realization, we can at least then say, okay, I'm ready to set myself free. I can relax now. I'm the only one who put so much pressure on myself. So that's the challenge I think that we're finally stepping out of now. I think that this cycle has been a very relieving one. Like, it built up to this really intense point of pressure. Let me know if you resonate with this. I definitely resonate with this. It was like this cycle built up all the pressure, built it up, only for us to realize, like, oh yeah, like it is myself. I put these chains on myself. I am the one who's been making myself feel this way, and it is time for me to forgive myself and tell myself it's okay, and it's all right to let go. It's all right to redirect your energies. It's all right to not know what you want to do. It's all right to put your plan down for a minute, for 5 minutes, for a long freaking minute, whatever. We create time. So it's all right to put it down. We have to put it down for now. And there's no shame. There's no guilt around that. We don't have to be afraid to put down our project for a minute or redirect our course. There's no direction. There's not even here nor there. There's no space and there's no time. So why should we be embarrassed about something that doesn't exist? Why should we feel shame or guilt around a situation as simple as just needing to change our minds or needing to take a break, needing to take a rest, needing to redirect our lives even? It doesn't matter. There's no need to feel shame or guilt or anything. You have to do what you have to do anyway. So we might as well not waste time feeling ridiculous guilt that we can't justify logically or spiritually or in any dimension for that matter. It's like when time and space are an illusion, then we can really realize beyond the contradiction what is true, beyond this reality of polarity, what is true. That if I want to change direction, from the outside we can't tell whether that is right or wrong. Anyone judging you, doesn't matter. They can't tell what's right or wrong. Only you can know. In fact, what you know about what you're doing, your self-observation, is the thing that really makes it right or wrong anyway. So it's not about, which direction you're turning and moving in. Because, again, there's no time and space. It's an illusion. There's only one point of light that we're all a part of. So it doesn't matter in which direction you're heading, so long as you know where you're going. And where are we going? We're moving toward the Queen of Cups. And she's the heart of hearts, the water of water. We're moving straight toward the heart. this is so yes for this season. This is, I mean, I'm feeling it because over here we're experiencing winter. We're going toward winter right now. And that's always a time, going into the cold is always a time of going within. And what is there but the heart? And so we're moving toward that space. It's so symbolic, when you look to nature and you look to the cycles and the seasons, you can really see everywhere around you what's happening within you. And I feel this so much. I feel like, of course, we're going to go within and find the heart there. It's cold outside. I want to go inside. I want to go deep inside. And those of you watching this, you too, I know, you want to go deep inside. And what's there but the heart? So that's where we're entering. So I feel like this is a little giggly hint from the allies saying, hey guys, yeah, duh, remember the seasons, nature, what's happening. You're going to go inside, you're cold, you're going to go inside, and what are you going to find there? Your heart. So be prepared. And a way that you can do this is to remember the cycle. Oh yeah, wake up to that first, and then say, okay, if I'm headed toward the heart, then how can I best prepare for that with conscious prayer, with prayer that is actually helpful? What is the best way that I can prepare for the sake of the Creator to meet my heart? First, by knowing that it's coming is everything. That brings your awareness to the present moment. And then by making a commitment to every day, as often as possible, honoring that this event is coming and seeing it and feeling it before it comes, really tuning into your heart right now, saying, what am I going to find there when I come to my heart? And then wondering about it, dreaming about it, daydreaming about it, literal, nighttime sleeping, dreaming about it, whatever. In as many dimensions as possible, the conscious one, and also subconscious when we're asleep, in every realm, but especially the ones where, the conscious mind can't get in the way, is where we should be thinking about this, about the heart, meeting the heart. So when you're awake and you're moving through the streets, you're moving through your job, you're moving through your conversations with people, whenever this boom pops into your awareness, oh yeah, I'm about to meet my heart, you can ask yourself, how does this relate to that? How can I use this moment in this reality, in this dimension, right here, right now, to make a connection to that future moment in which I'm going to meet my heart very soon? But again, not just in this conscious waking reality, but as you're drifting off to sleep, to remember that, oh yeah, I'm about to meet my heart. Cool, fun, awesome. How can I wonder and dream about that tonight? How can I start creating a sacred space for that meeting to take place? And the ally is the High Priestess. Heck yeah! I was feeling her while we were talking about the Heart of Hearts, the Queen of Cups there. I mean, so much of the words that I just said symbolize her, and so we could very clearly see why she is the guide. Because she is the depths, the heart of the mind, the universal mind. The heart here is really the heart in each of our centers. There's only one heart, and it, as the blueprint of reality, imprinted over and over and over upon itself, slightly shifting over, creating almost like a staircase effect. This heart dropped in and dropped in and dropped in and created these centers in reality. Whoa, far out. I know, that's far out there, but the point is that we have these hearts in these centers, and she is, of course, the heart. You can see how they're so related too, like their feet are both at the water. The High Priestess has the moon at her feet. She's got a handle on her emotions. The Queen of Cups is the heart of hearts, and she is the one who faces the true heart and the emotions. So you can see how, of course, she would be a guide. The High Priestess is the number 2 of the deck, so she also symbolizes duality and the stage to come before, the subconscious stage, which comes before the conscious, the manifestation. And so it's important to see their connection, to see how she can guide us to our heart. When we go into the depths of our mind and our subconscious, there are secrets there to be discovered. There are treasures, keys there to be discovered that point the way to the heart. It's true. They're one. The heart and mind are one in the universal space and place where we meet. And so we can allow the high priestess to take us on a journey into the subconscious, deep within, and see what our emotions do when they're free in the sea, the ocean of consciousness. And there, where they play wild and free, and we just see them being, observing, without judgment, without the conscious ego mind to get in the way, we can really begin to get in touch with our hearts. When we get out of the way, we get the ego mind out of the way, then we can really hear what the heart has to say. So of course it makes sense. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere even farther when we look at this whole map here and all these images. We can see how the challenge right now, just setting ourselves free and moving forward toward the heart, moving forward toward the heart. So we're at this challenge right now. To set ourselves free and move toward our heart center, we can allow the high priestess to guide us. You feel trapped, but it's all in your mind. So allow this archetype that lives within you to take you by the hand, lead you onto her little boat, rowing into the seas that are deep inside of yourself, okay, that sea of emotion. Go on a little trip and allow her to show you what's below the surface, in honesty, without judgment. And that's how you will set yourself free from your own mind and your own thoughts and your own limitations and imprisonment. And be able to recognize what is in the way from you connecting with your heart and feeling that sense of freedom that comes with that. So I love this, that she is the guide for the Queen of Cups. She's the guide to the future. Going deep within ourselves to study our emotions and what's below the surface, what's below the veil, so that we can come to the truth of the heart, so that when we come back out of that subconscious journey and into the conscious light, we can recognize what is in reflection of that truth. And we can remember how it relates to us when we were in that space of non-judgment. And then we can actually really do something with that information. And then we can choose to move toward those things that resonate with our hearts and move away from those things that don't. But we won't know the one from the other if we don't access that high priestess within. And she is in each one of us. There's an energy that is beyond words, beyond sound, and it's a subtle vibration at the foundation of all of creation. And this energy, this frequency is there. It lives at this foundation that makes up you and me, this energetic foundation. So she's inside of you. So these qualities you can call upon. And it is very helpful at this time to put her at the forefront, because she is the ally in that she takes you into your depths to see the truth that's really there. And only when you do that can you make it to the heart. This is true for everyone. This is very simple. A child can do it. Anyone can do it. So good luck to you as you tap into your inner high priestess on this full moon. For the next week, allowing her to guide you into taking everything that you've learned, surrendered, gathered, cultivated, everything that you've done this cycle, letting her guide you for the final quarter of it, to integrate everything now, so you can prepare yourself for what comes after that, the new moon. So this week is all about integration, and the next week will be moving toward that new cycle. So good luck to you as you connect to your inner high priestess guide, and as you go to the depths to see the truth of your heart, so that when you get there and you face your heart, that you may be free from the bondage that you felt, that you experienced before, realizing it was only in your mind. Freeing yourself, cutting yourself free from that bondage, from those cords, so that when you approach your heart, you can reach out and hug yourself. So that when you reach your heart, when you meet it in any moment, because it's everywhere you look, you'll recognize what is your heart and those things that don't resonate with it. So that when you meet your heart, you don't feel so closed up that you have to turn away from it. You know, this trapped feeling, like, what is that? Those bandages, those cords, it's all guilt, shame, fear. So when we meet the truth of our heart, it's almost like we won't even be able to look at it. We'll have to just keep ourselves wrapped up in that in the fake comfort of those bandages. Because when you close your eyes, it's almost like we trick ourselves into thinking, oh, this feels good, I'm safe here, I'm safe here. But when you open your eyes, it's like more like a straitjacket of thoughts, keeping yourself crazy, negative, dark thoughts. Actually, that's what they really are. So we close our eyes and we lie to ourselves. We tell ourselves that it's comfortable. Yes, it feels safe in here. But again, when you turn on the light, it's like, oh, hell no, I gotta get myself out of this shit. Oh, hell no. Cut myself out of this real quick and reach out and grab that heart and don't let go. Grab it, hold it, hug it until you dissolve and become one with that heart. Remember that analogy, because I just saw it so clearly. It's like we feel safe in these bandages, thinking that they're blankets and it's cozy in here, but when you open your eyes, that's not the truth. It's not the truth. It's like snakes and beetles and cicadas and whatever, and that's what's really all around you. You got to shake it off. Cut the cords. Liberate yourself so that you have the ability to reach out to your own heart when you see it, when you feel it, when you experience it. Because in each moment, your heart is doing that. It's reaching out to you through people, through situations, through emotions. Your heart is ever waiting for you to reach out to it and open up to self. And so the best way that we can prepare for that, like I said, it's all about preparing for meeting the heart now, going into that season where we're going within. The best way to prepare for it is to liberate yourself from those thoughts of shame or fear or guilt that act as those bandages around us, keeping us trapped. The best way that we can prepare for meeting the heart is to rid ourselves of those, surrender those things, realize them first. Because realization is key. Realize that they're even there, and then get them off. And you don't need to go too deeply into it. I'm sure there are some of you like, oh, I know exactly what to do. Or some of you like, I don't know what the hell to do. How do I even do that? Again, the best thing is to just feel. First of all, feel. Do you feel that? Can you feel that? Because it's as simple as this. Can you feel my words when I say that the best way to prepare for meeting your heart, for a heart-opening experience, which is to come, which we should believe it's to come anyway, even if this is all bullshit that I'm reading to you right now, would it be so bad to seed that belief in your mind that something good is coming, that your heart is about to open? So let's start there, okay? Let's all sync up there. We're going to believe that together. We're going to manifest that. Then let's consider this. Would it be crazy for me to say the best way we can prepare for that is to put down the walls, set down the fears, to allow ourselves to feel? A child can understand that. Now, I'm not saying you need to go pay hundreds of dollars to go to a spiritual retreat to learn how to cut these cords. No. I'm saying all you need to do is feel that. Be like, I'm about that. I do want to manifest my heart opening. And if there's anything in the way, I let go of it now. You can do it in a number of ways. The point is to stay focused on that feeling. And the more you do, no thoughts that are out of alignment can come in. That's the real key. So this is why a child can do it. You can see yourself as a big, furry, wet dog who just came out of the creek, and you're shaking off all the water. And I'm free now. I'm free. I have space between my furs, my hairs, whatever, You can do it any sort of way you want. Have fun with it. Play with it, because that's the way that you bypass not only the conscious but the subconscious, and don't allow your fearful thoughts to get in and tell you that it's not going to work. The point is just focus on clearing. Say, okay, I expect my heart to have an opening soon. That feels good. And the way I'm going to prepare for that is making sure nothing's in the way there. Making sure I stay open and clear. Literally seeing and feeling my heart being open, maybe doing some exercises to open my heart center, my chest, doing some stretching and exercising, yoga, whatever, like anything that feels to you like it would be heart opening, to clear the way so that when you come to that moment in the future, you have already prepared for it by sending energy there. Already doing the work to manifesting it. Or when by the time you do manifest it, you're like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, It just flows right through you, So again, even if this was a crock of shit, it does feel good to expect a miracle, to expect a heart opening. And if we're coming to meet our hearts, the best way to prepare is to get shit out of the way. And so all that shit that's ever going to be in the way is frequencies that are not matching the heart frequency. So that means negative things like guilt, fear, shame, all these things. The heart can't enter that space. So if you're feeling good, if you're feeling high vibrational, then of course you will be ready. You will be prepared for that merging with your own heart, however it meets you in the moment, through a person, through an emotion, or through any experience. Happy full moon to you. I feel really complete. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a really cool message, and I'm going to go let it sink in. Remember, we're ready to put down the expectations. We're ready to set down the burdens, the pressure we put on ourselves. We're ready to set ourselves free, but we're not focusing so much on the stuff that hasn't been allowing us to be free, because that would be tedious to sit there and go through all of them again. We're done thinking about all that shit. That's what got us in this mess in the first place. We're thinking more of the neutralizing effect, the neutralizing side, the positive. Okay, yeah, I may have been stuck, but where am I headed? That's what it's about. So where I'm headed is to create a space, to clear myself, to liberate myself in all dimensions, and to go deep with that vision and feeling however I want, mentally, emotionally, to really sit with that as much as possible every day, to make it a priority, to meditate on my liberation, to not go into each of the things in such detail about shame, guilt, fear, etc., but to say that, hey, whatever guilt, shame, or fear I've been feeling, all of that is illusory anyway, so I'm just going to take all of it at once and set it down. And I'm focusing on the liberation because I know I'm ready to meet my heart, that my heart is about to show up left and right through every body that I see, that I meet, that I speak with, through every emotion I feel, through every experience I have. I'm expecting my heart to be shining in that reflection of whatever it is I'm doing. I'm going to expect it, not just in one incident, not just to expect it coming to me in one way, but through all things and all people, I'm going to expect to meet my heart. And in that way, when I dramatize it like that, first of all, that feels good. Up level, like why not take it to the next level, go big or go home. But what it does is it helps me to prepare, to really stay on point, to say, hey, it could be any moment. In fact, it should be every moment. And so whoever's going to walk through that door, or whoever I'm going to see first today or talk to today, I better be on my best behavior. And to me, what that means right now is staying open, staying clear, staying in a frequency where I'm able to receive that love in return. Keeping my own heart open. So that's like a new way to kind of set the bar high. We may have been having these heavy expectations to complete these manifestations, to manifest abundance or prosperity or whatever. But I think a far better goal to set is to just keep your heart open. That's it. Just stay prepared to meet your own heart, because that's really all we're ever doing, honestly. Beneath it all, that's all we're ever doing, because it's all one love, one heart, but for real. And so, in truth, logically speaking, scientifically and spiritually speaking, in each moment, all we're ever doing is meeting our heart. So in each moment, all we should ever be doing then is preparing to meet our heart, because in this time-space warped reality, we have the ability to be those beings of duality. We can be those two things at once. So although, yeah, we're always that love, we are also in these bodies, in this material reality, with a purpose to ever seek that love. So in reality, our biggest goal should always be to prepare to meet our own heart. Because that's all we're meeting is pieces of the one heart, fragments of self, reflections of self. So it makes sense that what would we be doing once we put down these expectations of what a perfect reality in the light of prosperity would look like? When we put down all that energy, holy shit, that's a big release, because we've been putting a lot of our focus and our energy on that. So it makes sense when we put that down that we'll be able to catch our breath, that we'll have so much of our energy back. And then what do we do with it? Well, to me, that sounds like a damn good way to redirect it. To say, hey, I can't focus on this material, gain obsession that I've had, this vision. I need to put it down. I need to put it down for my sanity and for everyone. And so the best thing I can do to keep me centered and grounded and balanced and healthy and truly prosperous beyond what we thought it was is by staying focused on keeping our heart open. Because that's always something we could be doing. And it's actually effortless when we tap into that true space within. And so it doesn't matter, again, going back to what I said earlier in the video, if somebody judges you and says, oh, you redirected your course, or you really put that project down, or you really changed your mind. And yeah, I'm already really busy right now because I'm busy giving all of my energy to staying open in my heart right now, because I know that that's priority always, and that's the key. And that if I'm doing that, I'm doing enough. Because all we're ever really doing in each moment is meeting the heart. And if I'm preparing for that, then I'm doing enough. And so many of us have that need to fill that space when we're not doing. Well, this is a thing that we can do. Always. And keep busy in a way that's always going to be healthy, mind, body, soul, for the individual and for the collective. Is just preparing to meet our own hearts. That could look like anything in each moment. I feel like even in the simplest of moments, it could be like, okay, I'm having anxiety at night, I can't sleep. How many of us is that, right? It's like all across the world, there are so many people that have this issue, can't sleep at night, busy thoughts. Well, just prepare to meet your heart. When you say that to yourself, instantly your imagination goes right to the relevant piece that you need, the key that you need for healing your heart in that moment, for meeting your heart wherever it wants to be met in that moment. So if you're laying in bed at night, for example, and you say, God, I have so much anxiety, I don't know what to do. Well, just close your eyes and prepare to meet your heart. Prepare to meet your heart. Your mind might go right to a person. Let it go there. Your mind might go right to a place. Let it go there. But just have that lens that you're looking through, whatever you're looking at when your eyes are closed and you're going to sleep and you're asking yourself that. Look through that lens of, I'm preparing to meet my heart. And then allow your heart to show you what that is, what it's going to take. Oftentimes you'll start somewhere that you didn't think you were going to have to start at, like I said, with a person or with a place, but just allow it, keeping yourself aware of the original question and the intent to prepare to meet your heart. And if we stay open to the truth of our heart, then we'll always be guided properly. And if there's something in the way, then when we ask ourselves, what can I do to prepare to meet my heart? We'll get right back on track. So I find that this is a major key that is coming to us tonight. I love the numbers here too. 10, 2, and 8. 10 minus 2, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. We have a queen. And the 2 is the high priestess, major arcana right there at the center at the top. So major key. Whatever we're striving to get or to make happen on this material plane, remember what it's all for, so that we can prepare to meet our heart. And use that in any moment that you need to, because that is a very powerful question to ask yourself. What can I do to prepare to meet my heart? And then to affirm, before we even know how to answer that, just affirm, I am preparing to meet my heart. I am preparing to meet my heart. I am preparing to meet my heart. And if you keep telling yourself this, then your own multidimensional selves will receive that question. And the intelligent design of consciousness will make it so that you move toward that which will prepare you to meet your heart and reflect it and be in the truth of who you really are, the truth of your heart. You see? So if you just start there, this is like a major key. We can use it anytime. You start there and you say, I am preparing to meet my heart. I am preparing to meet my heart. What you're saying there, what you're affirming is, I am doing whatever I need to do to meet my truth, to meet my authenticity, to receive my authenticity, to be in my authenticity. So you're calling in, it's a prayer to manifest, doing whatever it is you need to do, saying whatever it is you need to say, thinking whatever it is you need to think, to be able to pave the way to your own truth. So if you've been carrying guilt, or you've been carrying shame, or you've been holding back from saying something you need to say, or doing something you need to do, then that affirmation will ultimately, very quickly, lead you to doing whatever it is you need to do to create the space for your heart to reach you, for your truth to reach you, for you to open up to that. So again, when you feel lost or you don't know where to start, just say, I'm preparing to meet my heart. Consciousness will do the rest. You just fill yourself with that. But remember, the second you stop believing that or feeling that is the second other contradictory thoughts creep in. So you really got to believe that and fill yourself with that and be firm in this understanding, because it's very logical, it's very scientific, as well as spiritual, but it's very logical. Think about it. If you fill yourself with the knowing that you're preparing to meet your heart, then you'll make it so, because you'll tell yourself that until you believe it. Your every cell will believe it and begin to move in the direction of doing whatever it is that needs to be done to create the way for you to meet that truth, to reach that truth. So just affirm that you're preparing always in each moment to meet your heart. And forever there you will be led. I'll meet you there. Happy full moon. Shalom.